Before I turn on the audio with everything. You gotta give it a couple seconds. Gotta keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Keep them in anticipation.
Hello, Zug Pertinex viewers. It looks like we got 3 people watching. Thank you for tuning in. I got Brandon F. and Chris Pratt here, and we're playing some Verdun to raise money for the Commonwealth Wargraves Foundation through the Men of Harlech Charity March. And we're kind of advertising the march. As you can see, I have my banner up here. So yeah.
All right, audio is live on my end as well. Let me make sure they can actually hear. Yes, they can. Okay, good. Where is everyone? I don't have anyone. Oh, wait, the live stream is private. That's why. Ha ha ha.
That would explain
Unlisted.
a lot.
Okay, make it public. Public listed.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and make a squad for us, guys.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, good stuff.
Are we playing just squad, or are we gonna play front lines?
Do you want to do a little bit of the squad defense thing? Because we have 3 of us here.
Or why not?
Sure. All right, I assume we're gonna go Tommies.
Well, of course we're gonna go
Of
Tommies.
course.
Why wouldn't we go Tommies?
Yeah.
Why would we handicap ourselves by using anything other than literally the best gun in the game?
There you go. Okay, all right, we're up now. There's everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm a professional. Okay, so I feel bad because Matt, you gave such a wonderful introduction earlier, and now here I am floundering about. Anyways,
it's okay.
I am sitting here with my good friends Matt and Chris. You can find links to their own stuff in the description. Matt is actually live streaming his side of things, and as you can see. Normally when you introduce people, you have an opportunity, you let them, say hi and introduce themselves as well. But I'm not going to do that because I'm selfish. As you can see by the title of this live stream, we are raising money for charity. It is the Commonwealth War Graves Commission Foundation. It's like the charity wing of the War Graves Commission. If you look in the description, you will find a link to the said fundraiser. I have disabled the super chats for this live stream. Instead, I encourage everyone, if you are so inclined, to make a donation there. You can leave a message for us. Just keep an eye out for it, because most people, I think, miss the opportunity to leave a message with the donation. But leave a message there, and we will read it out, in the same classic, live streamy type fashion. The Commonwealth War Graves Commission, TLDR, they maintain like 23,000 military cemeteries around the world, World War I, World War II, and the foundation in particular deals a lot with research and outreach programs to support that memory, yada, yada, yada. Anything else to add, gentlemen?
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys all for watching. As you can tell, I know in my video description you can find the link to our GoFundMe page. I'm sure Brandon has one as well.
Yep, it is there.
So thanks for watching. Just enjoy the stream, and I hope you guys donate a little something, because we are just past the 1/3 of the way marker to $1,918, which is obviously symbolic of the end of the First World War. So just help us get there, and looking forward to seeing you on the march. I don't know if Chris has anything, but
all right, good talk, Chris. Okay. Hold on, let me also make an announcement on my Discord, because I realized because of my earlier mistake it didn't actually post the announcements at everyone, because I have that power. Live now for good causes and killing Germans. Send now. Alright, cool. Alright, if you want to start the squad and
yeah, so I started the squad. It's the 1st Battalion, the London Regiment. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a friends only squad.
Friends only.
I don't know how to invite you guys. That's the only thing.
I'm seeing no squads available.
Same here. Oh wait,
okay.
I was sorting by matches. Hang on. No, it's still not showing up. Okay.
All right, hold on. I gotta.
Here,
I just. Oh, you know what I was doing? I was doing
oh,
it
there
in.
it is.
I was doing it in. Oh, I guess I'm
Oh,
still
you're
in
in
it.
the wrong region.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong region. So hold on.
Okay,
My bad.
we're all
It's been a while
professionals.
since I've played this. So, squad defense. There we go. Create. Tommy's. All right. Look for the 1st Battalion of the London Regiment going up now.
All right.
There it is.
Come on, game. The game won't let me leave the error screen.
No.
Oh, game, what are you doing? I don't know. I'm trying to alt tab. It's not. It's in the
I
game.
don't know how to.
I'm just gonna restart Verdun. Really
I don't
quick.
know who this
Result.
stranger is. How do you kick somebody out of your regiment?
That's our trouble. We didn't add a password.
Oh, oof.
Oof.
No. Oh my god, they started the match. This person, whoever this stranger is,
no.
started the match.
The game's just like, oh, 3 people, that's enough.
They've taken over. They're the new Brandon. Okay, here we go.
I am the captain now.
All right, if you want to send me an invite again when you're able, I don't know if you're able to if the game's already started.
Yeah, I don't know. Alright, hold on. Whoever you are, Mac Thomas, you are an evil, evil person. Alrighty. Alright, we're in, and somebody else just joined the match, so hold on. I have to quit out of this. I'm sorry, guys.
Lay down the law.
Alright.
This is not going as planned. This usually goes a lot smoother.
Who am I playing with? Well, look in the description of the live
Squad
stream, and you will
defense.
Oh,
actually
they're in the
see.
chat. It says, it's Andy. Want me to leave?
Oh, it's Andy. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Oh, Andy, if I knew that was you, I would have let you. All right, hold on, Andy. I'm making the guard. I'm making the unit again. Look for the 2nd Battalion Irish Guards. Okay. Friends only. Create. All right, look for 2nd Battalion Irish Guards and squad defense, guys.
2nd Battalion, the Irish Gods.
Okay, I gotta, hang on.
There you are.
Yeah, Andy, feel free to join us, man. We got a free spot in the squad. I didn't know that was you. I didn't put the pieces together. I remember you said something about an Irish name, and I didn't realize.
Oh yeah. If we want to bring
bad.
him into the, if he wants to chat with us, I can send another invite.
I don't think he has Discord.
Ah, what
Yeah.
a loser.
Alright, I'm back in the squad.
All right, cool. So now we're just waiting for Brandon. Brandon,
Wait.
looks like you're gonna be a rifleman.
Oh wait, I think I joined the wrong. I
The
joined
wrong
the
Irish
squad.
Guards.
Wait,
Yeah.
the 1st Battalion London Regiment. Oh, it doesn't the London. I think I joined the one that you first started.
Yeah, probably.
And
We'll
then-
wait for you.
okay.
We'll wait for you.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. Well, I mean, I guess this gives us more time to like talk about the march. I'm actually really excited about the march. I don't know about you guys. I'm
I mean,
really
yeah,
I'm
looking forward to it.
Here, send me another invite really quick.
All right. All right, hold on. I'm gonna send you another invite to lobby right now.
All right.
Invite sent.
All right, there we go. Jordan.
There he is.
Hey.
All right, we're all.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Let's do it. Ah, Picardy, the Somme, perfect. My favorite battle to read about.
Can we
If
take a
you
moment
all
to
could-
appreciate the fact that Matt is high enough level that we have the late war uniforms?
Exactly. We gotta
I'm not used
flex
to
on
that,
all
yeah.
the other players.
See, if you boys could choose any World War I battle to be at for a day, which one would you choose and why?
I wouldn't want to be at any of them.
That is the correct answer. It's like, oh boy, what kind of PTSD do I want to get today?
Hold your ground, lad.
I feel bad for making that joke. That was one of the questions we did for the BAR, like a meet the board kind of interview type
Yep.
video that's going to come out in the next couple of days. And one of the questions was, if you could be at like any battle in American history, which one and why? And I'm like, well, it's kind of a cop out, but like, if it's anything close to what I read about, I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a coward. That sounds horrible.
Hey, Bruce Scott, welcome to the Pertinex stream. There we go. We're raising money for the Commonwealth Wargraves Foundation. Please look
Yes,
at the
indeed.
link in the description. Sorry, I had to put that plug in there. I'm sorry. Keep going.
I mean, that is explicitly why we're here.
Yep.
Same thing. Oh, wait, it's all hit ready up. That's why it's okay. Yeah, no,
yeah.
same thing on mine, everyone. The link is in the description for the foundation we were raising money for this evening. The fundraiser is going from now until the 27th. 27th? Yes,
Yep.
that is when we are doing our actual march. It's going to be all of us with however many more it takes to reach 8 people, because I can't do mathematics. It's 3 of us right now, so we need 5 more people. Yeah, it's going to be us and 5 others. We're going to be marching 8 miles along some trails in Rhode Island.
Yes,
Rhode Island.
that is correct.
Yeah. In our full World War I marching order, that includes the large pack, assuming mine gets here in time. That includes gas mask bags, it includes e-tools and rifles and all that fancy fun stuff. Might get the police called on us, people thinking that we're paramilitary, but that's okay because it's all in good fun.
It's all for charity.
Yeah, and it's in support of a good cause. If we get shot, then we'll just be able to make a video talking about the authentic experience of what it feels like.
Well, Chris, you said we had the green light, so I don't think we'll really run into any of those issues.
Yeah, so the reason why it's in Rhode Island is because Rhode Island happens to be where I live, and I live in an area where we have a lot of like privately owned trails and whatnot. So I suggested, having the march along one of those trails, just because, since it's private land, we'd be able to bring our rifles there, and no one will raise a fuss about it, theoretically. But yeah, I officially got the green light just the other day from the people who own the land, and
Really?
yeah, we're free to do as we please.
Good stuff, good stuff. So
Yeah,
we're doing
within
the full
reason.
kit.
Yeah, obviously no throwing of grenades or any of that sort.
Correct.
No.
Probably not bring ammunition with us. Not really necessary.
No live ammunition, at least.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
weight of
put
it.
something in your pouches to weigh them down, so
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
large pack isn't just, or not large pack, the valise isn't just sinking down your back.
Yeah.
I'm really excited too to show off my officer kit now. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them. It's I've only done the one World War I event last November with Steve, but it's going to be so great to actually see all of us together with all of the kit.
Yeah.
The proper good proper section.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm actually kitting out my friend Evan. He's a big RAF nut. But he's actually British by heritage and all that, so we're gonna kit him up as a Tommy and have him march with us. So he's excited for that too. I was just talking to him yesterday. Who else?
Well,
Yeah, I think there's a few other people that are gonna be on it too, but it's all for charity, guys. It's all for charity.
actually, I was going to mention because of what you said there earlier, an American with British heritage. So why are, and again, this is something you talk about extensively in your videos for us. Why are a bunch of Americans doing a more Anglo-focused fundraiser? Well, I'm just an Anglophilic freak, but for the most part, for the rest of us, because the Commonwealth Wargraves Commission is not only British Empire soldiers explicitly. The entire idea being that before the United States entered the First World War, at the end of the First World War, there were, thousands, I think, of American men and women both who went out and fought and or served in whatever capacity they were able in the Canadian, in the British, and I should imagine even in the French army.
Yeah.
You know, at the war's outbreak.
Yeah, so I was doing a little bit of research on this, and I know I saw, and he might join us later, James Taub had posted on July 1st about a bunch of Americans who were actually killed on the first day of the Battle of the Somme. And one of the guys that actually really caught my attention was a guy from Connecticut. His name was Harold, or is Harold Cecil Herzlich. He was a second lieutenant in the 16th Battalion of the Middlesex Regiment, the Public Schools Battalion. Now, I was looking through some records and stuff like that. He was born an Englishman, and he had come over to the United States with his parents, and I think either his girlfriend or fiance at the time, but they were married before the Great War. And the Great War comes around, he goes back to the UK, or Great Britain, and he joins the Middlesex Regiment, and he finds himself across no man's land from Beaumont Hamel on July 1st, 1916. And during the push, after the Hawthorne Redoubt is blown sky high by a mine, he's killed, among with thousands of other gentlemen who happened to make the push on that sector as well. So, but I just thought it really caught my attention that someone from Connecticut was there on the first day of the Battle of the Somme. So, and there are plenty of other Americans who were there as well in other key battles of the Great War, not fighting with the American Army, but with the British Army.
Yeah. It's like just because there's not official involvement doesn't mean that there is not blood being spilled and sacrifice being made.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, from the individual national perspective, those stories may not be given a lot of attention just because, it's if you're gonna write a book or write an article about Americans in the war, why would you start in 1914 when there's going to be so few examples? Everyone starts looking through history at 1917. But yeah, no, but there's a massive story there, and again, a lot of Americans and many other nationalities are all buried under that title of Commonwealth War Grave because they were fighting in Commonwealth armies.
Yep.
And so for that reason, we all do British impressions, we all portray British soldiers, but also the fact that there is an American connection kind of made the Commonwealth War Grave like the perfect connection, the perfect thing to focus on for the charitable movement. I feel like I'm trying to give a speech and not doing very well, but you get the idea. We're doing very well for ourselves in this movement so far.
Yeah, the Germans aren't getting through. I had to get used to the controls because I've been playing a lot of Hell Let Loose in my free time with Chris. And I keep hitting control and I keep going prone, and I have to get used to hitting the C button. And I can't ping things with the middle mouse like I always do.
After, when eventually we are overrun and die horribly in this, because that always just happens in this game mode, do we want to do a frontline so that way other people who are watching can join in on the fun? These are all bots, so we're doing exceptionally well because we're not actually facing anyone with intelligence. But eventually, they just have enough numbers and they overrun you, and it becomes very stressful.
Yeah, I'm game for that.
Good stuff. Being overwhelmed or switching game modes after this?
Yes.
Oh, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but so Brutes, who's watching my stream, thanks for watching, Brutes. He's saying that speaking of Americans in the Empire's armies, there were so many Canadians in the Canadian Expeditionary Force, an entire battalion was formed for them. Oh, I think he meant to say Americans in the Canadian Expeditionary Force. The 97th Battalion is literally called the American Legion, and they were founded in 1915.
Huh. Actually, that might be a fun idea for a like a little collaborative YouTube video if we all wanted to do like a little bit on that, and then have it be sponsored, quote unquote, by the charity march.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Oh, watch out for the gas, boys. Hit number 4.
Or just walk over to the other side of the trench.
Very true, very true. But where's the
Fine,
fun in
I'll
that?
give you
Where's the fun in that?
Red? What's the problem?
Better call in some artillery. You gotta love the sector artillery. It's much better than the mortars.
Oof. Actually, you know, I am going to put the mask on and go over because they're all going into that section of
Yeah.
the trench.
Yep.
Oh no. Everyone's saying Tannenberg is better. I disagree. I much prefer this game. Tannenberg just doesn't have a player base, and it's like this but less directed.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm not a huge fan of Tannenberg. I mean, I enjoy it, but I think for the kind of combat style they're going for, like World War I combat, it's a little too open. I appreciate the fact that you're not just stuck in a trench like this, but it's not big enough, like, per se, like Hell Let Loose, where you can kind of play for those objectives like that.
Yeah.
I
And,
think,
like,
in
I
my
feel
opinion,
like if Tannenberg had a lot more active of player base, it'd be a lot better. But because it's so few players, the maps just feel empty. It seems.
yeah, exactly. You're always playing bots, and bots get a little old. They're a little OP, if you ask me. Oh boy,
Isn't
wow,
usually the
there's a lot of
opposite.
Germans coming in.
Yeah. Oh, God.
At this point, I'm not even aiming. I'm just like pointing and shooting.
Yeah. Alright, the gas is dissipated,
Thank God. Oh,
mostly.
as I choke on the gas. That poor
Gotta love it in
Landwehr
you,
guy
though.
that was sitting right next to me, he just took a shot at me and I crouched and I got back up and he was just looking at me like, come on, just
Oh.
die.
One of my favorite memories from Newville is when we were doing like a little probing attack and then the gas started landing all amongst us. Had to quickly throw the thing on and then we got to run all the way back to our lines with the mask, and that's just painful.
Yeah. My favorite Newville memory was, and I was telling Chris this, I think I told you this story too, but so we were covering for the guards, I think. Maybe they were Highlanders, I can't remember who, but they were in the next trench bay over, and they went out of the trench for like lunch or something, and so they asked like a detachment of us to just like watch their trench, so there was no open lines in the trench. And so we're sitting there for a few hours, and we look out of the trench, and there's 5 Germans coming over no man's land with their hands up. And we're like pointing our guns at them, like, stay there, don't move. Like, you know, we didn't want them to just walk into our trench. And these guys are acting very well. They're all like kind of shouting in German, like, we don't want to fight anymore, all this other kind of stuff.
And...
Exactly. And we didn't know what to do, so our corporal's coming around bringing lunch down the line, and he's got a jar of pickles in his hands. He doesn't even have his rifle in his hands. And he starts like calling them in like one by one, and that's how our corporal took 5 German prisoners with a jar of pickles. It was really something else. And then the Germans started shooting at their own guys who were trying to be taken prisoner.
Yep.
Oh boy, they were really getting into it. Yeah, that was one of my favorite memories. Other than like the nighttime fighting and stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
Oh god, that nighttime push was amazing.
Oh yeah, I remember
Especially
being in
considering like having no idea what the layout of the German trench is, so it's just completely labyrinthine trying to move your way through it all.
Oh yeah, I remember we had gone on a trench raid that night. I think it was the same night, and we get over no man's land, and there's just smoke everywhere, and me and my battle buddy are trying to keep up with everybody else, and he fell over, and I like picked him up, and I just saw the last guy in our group just like disappear in the smoke, and he was like, where did they go? And I just like pointed my little plastic club like that way, and so we go through the smoke, and we clear out the Germans in the first like trench line. We're trying to take them prisoner, but they just put up a fight, so we were like, okay, we're just gonna dispose of these Germans. So we fought them, and we're trying to get into their second trench line, and we're like all kind of rallying up in this like kind of communication trench, and I see this silhouette up in the tree line, and I was like, oh my god, they're in the trees. And and next thing you know, you just hear a machine gun open up on us, and you just hear and it took us all out. I mean, that's pretty much how it would have gone anyway, historically, I think. So
Trench raids aren't fun.
yeah, they're in the trees. I just remember saying that like at the top of my lungs, and we were all trying to get out of there. I think we didn't take any prisoners, but we did capture a helmet, which we then brought back.
That's good. Well, you know,
We had to bring that back because that was somebody's helmet, but.
Artillery.
Oh.
Oh, I'm standing right on the mark. Get out of there. It's like they called in the artillery specifically on me.
That guy right there.
He's doing too well. I should probably call in the arty on some Germans here.
Someone asked if there are automatic or semi-automatic firearms in this gun, and yes, there are. They're not very common. It's only like 1 or 2 classes can get them because they're like late war stuff. But yeah, no, they are a thing. Just for the most part, it's all bolt actions because this game is better than Battlefield 1.
Yep. Yeah, the Hell Regal is not a thing in this game.
I have Battlefield 1 in my Steam inventory, which I need to play at some point.
Yeah, I gotta get that for my computer. I had it for PlayStation. I kept pretty high ranked on PlayStation, but I've had my PC for like about a year now. This is the way. PC is the way.
Oh yes. Oh, I mean, especially with the. Have you heard the announcement for like the new 370 cards or whatever?
No, I haven't. I really haven't been keeping up with any of that. So
apparently, the new generation of graphics cards that Nvidia I think is coming out with, something like that, is apparently just mind-bogglingly good.
Wow.
They're like, oh, how convenient, because like now's about the time that I was thinking about buying myself a laptop. So hopefully the older stuff will be cheaper because I'm not going to get one of those things into a laptop. But hopefully everyone's looking to buy the more expensive stuff. And so then I, like a parasite, can swoop right in and bottom feed off of the people who are spending thousands of dollars on their stuff.
I'm calling in some arty. They're getting a little close, and I have 12 rounds left.
Yeah.
I forgot to resupply.
We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Oh god. It's when they actually start shooting at you because they're close enough. That's when you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Before that, it's just a turkey shoot. Quiet before the storm. Alright, here's I come, second wave.
Alright, sorry guys, I emptied the crate of ammo, so make them count. I hope you all resupplied.
I selected the bomber class specifically so that I could use grenades, and I have not used a single grenade this entire time.
That's the thing about this map, it's like, you don't really, I mean, there's so much distance between our trench and their trench that like you almost don't need grenades until they get really close, obviously. Which I'm sure we're on wave 7, so we're getting close.
The grenade and clutch it to your chest at that point.
Yeah.
A worthy sacrifice for king and country.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This isn't Rising Storm. It doesn't work.
Look, when you have the right spirit, every game can be Rising Storm.
That's fair.
I'm looking at the stats here. Andy, you're doing the best out of all of us with 71 kills. I'm coming up close behind. Brandon is at 60 and Chris is at 52, so we're doing pretty good. They are coming from the left now, boys.
They are moving over.
I feel like Gimli at Helm's Deep.
Oh, and perfect. There's the artillery coming down.
Alright. Bomb out.
I thought the proper phrase was yeet.
I thought we were trying to be authentic.
Oh, yes. Righto then, boys. Yeet. Oh, and I killed myself with my own arty, apparently.
That was very danger close. I have tinnitus now.
See, that was like the like sighted that you call in from like the little box. So
Yep.
you can blame the Royal Artillery for that one.
Sure.
Like the early days of the rolling barrage. It's like, oh, we're a little bit too close. Sorry about that. Oh, wiped out half our own battalion.
So for the march, I've been looking up like Great War marching music, which I'm sure you guys probably all know the songs.
Oh.
My favorite one as of late is Hanging on the Old Barbed Wire.
Yes.
That's a good one.
It's a very good one. I've been actually. I should play some of the music in the background for the stream. I've been listening a lot lately to By Order of the King.
Oh, that's a good one.
A lesser known one. I hadn't heard it until very recently. It's a great one though. It's very unapologetic.
Yeah.
They are gladly dying. It's like, are they though? I don't know if they are.
They are getting dangerously close to the left flank.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're doing great. Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
I feel like the reload when you're, reloading your magazine is just way too long.
It's a little too
Like-
dainty.
Yeah, it's like the Germans
oh,
are
I gotta
right
dump
there.
him in very gently.
Oh god.
Oh man, I'm spectating Brandon right now, and he's just
Yeah.
Hey, you held the
That was
line,
a close
boys.
one. We held the line.
Hey.
We did it.
We did it.
Hooray. Alright. I got the artillery to call in next time around.
Nice, nice, nice. Maybe we'll call that in a little earlier before they get to our lines.
Yeah, that's usually, I usually just call it in right off the bat.
That's a good idea. I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah. Oh boy, earlier I got a message instantly on Twitch saying, you want to become famous? Buy followers and views. I banned that, I banned them.
Oh boy. I
Well,
think
I
they're
hope
gonna
that
make
was
a push
our
for the
clear
left
device.
again, boys. They're called in
Yeah,
arty
looks
and
like it.
gas.
I'm surprised, honestly, that you can't do a game mode like this with a lot more people. It's like having a game like this with, 100 people in your own trench, and then, like 1,000 bots or whatever with a proper, like, barrage along the entire line. That would be, incredible. And
Yeah. I'd want to see that, but in like VR. Verdun in
Oh.
VR.
Yes.
I would play
This actually
that.
would be a really good. Like, here's the thing, actually, because a lot of this game, you can play this game and like not necessarily move around an awful lot because you pick a single spot in the trench. So a game like this, actually, I think would work really well in VR.
Yeah,
At least,
that'd
like
be pretty
if you
cool.
have motion sickness, you can choose to not like move quite so much as say you should.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's moving to the left. And yeah, right now we're just playing a squad defense game, but after we die in this one, then we're going to go over to a more public game where all of the fair viewers can join in.
Oh, they're kind of pushing towards the middle as well too.
Oh, fun. Someone has a very loud engine outside.
Oh, that's an engine. Jeez, I thought
Yeah,
it sounded like Godzilla.
The
yeah,
folly
sorry,
of
it came
man.
into Massachusetts. Just, a good way to wrap up 2020 with kaiju attack.
I'm gonna call in my sector artillery again. There we go.
They're starting to get in pretty close here. This also makes me really want a good early war strategy game. Where it's like, hey, you're playing as the German army. Here are 1,000,000 men. Take that canal from the British and see how many men you lose doing this. It's like, oh no, this game is impossible. It's too hard. It's like, that's right. Welcome to the early war.
Nothing like outdated tactics and machine guns.
There you go. It's like, oh, the game is so imbalanced. The machine guns are overpowered. It's like, yeah,
Hold your ground,
that's right.
lads.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Machine gun OP. Dice, please nerf.
Oh my god. Look at just the stack of Germans by the plane. Oh, rip. When you only burst one hole in your wire to get through.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's the
It's
best the
beautiful, isn't
Mortar
it?
Company boys could do.
Eyes up! Enemy incoming!
What server? So right now we're just on a private server, but as soon as we die on this one, we will be doing we'll be joining a public game, so everyone else can join
Forward,
in.
boys!
But if you join in, we expect you to give $1 to the charity. Yes, that's right.
There we go.
If only we could actually regulate that. But yes, that's the cost.
You know what? I should pull up the charity page to see if there's anything there.
I've been monitoring every once in a while. We've not got anything just yet.
Oh. Yeah, donate, folks. Donate, please. We want to do a second march too, and if we make enough money, we will do a second march. Because we would gladly do it, but we just want you to help us do it. Oh, wow,
What's the
that's
charity?
a lot.
So the charity is called. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not actually. I didn't list it on Twitch. I should list it on Twitch. If you go to the YouTube page, Matthew, you can find it there. It is a. It is raising money for the Commonwealth War Graves Commission Foundation. It's the charity wing of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission. They manage like over 20,000 different sites across the world, various military cemeteries from the First and Second World Wars. So they also do a lot of community outreach programs, educational programs, things like that. So we're doing
Folks,
an
if
8-mile
you're
march.
if you're interested in the charity and you want to donate, but you want to read what it's more about, you can read in the donation link. Read our mission statement. It's all the information's there.
Yeah, Matt wrote up a beautiful, very long description of what we're doing, why we're doing it, who these people are, how they spend their money, why they're good support, yada yada yada. So all the information that you could ever want is there. Yeah, it's a very good cause. It's very worthy.
Oh, they're really close to the center now.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. But here's the thing, though. You're using a couple too many shells, so try and reserve those. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not hitting anything.
Fire a couple of rounds. We'll be able to save a lot of money. Though.
Stop shooting me.
Well, think about it this way, though, Chris. If they're shooting you, they're not shooting us.
There we
That's
go.
There we go. Right.
Wave
Right.
10, let's go.
I think
think
this
the
is when they
furthest
get
I've
late
ever
war
been-
uniforms.
Yeah, this is I think at the furthest I've ever gone was wave 18. I want to say.
Yeah, there you go.
Something around there. So we're getting closer to that moment. What is a Rev War reenactment? We are all members of the 54th Regiment of Foot, based out of southern New England. If that's what you mean.
Hands on the way!
Okay, I'm not gonna go back to the left flank because they're dropping Artie there.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I love how it tells you where they're dropping Artie.
Yeah. It's very nice of them to warn us.
Yeah.
Oh, that wounded me. My guy did the little scream.
That was. I wish you could shoot the biplanes out of the sky. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
A game like this, but with a fully destructible environment, would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Okay, so imagine
That's
a
called
game.
Battlefield 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it starts, but a better game than Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
A game that's a very long form type thing, where it's say 1,000 people on the map or whatever, and it starts off like a pristine, beautiful green field, like the very last Battlefield in 1917, like a brand new front that hadn't been fought on before. And then as time goes by, every grenade, every mortar round, it digs another little, hole into the ground. And then at one point it rains and it fills up with muddy water and everything. I feel like that would be really cool.
Well, I know Chris and I have been kind of talking about that, when we play Hell Let Loose, a game like Hell Let Loose, but the First World War and like accurate like weapons and stuff like that. That'd be really cool.
Let's see here. Oh, there we go.
They really seem to have their hearts set on the left flank.
It's a nice flank.
Yeah.
Well, to
Did
them
you
it's
see
their
that guy
right.
just do a swan dive?
Yeah. F. F for that guy.
He's a Hun. Wait, you're American? Yes, I am American. Why are people surprised?
Oh man, they really want to just go through that one like thing like right there. They really have their heart set on getting through that one section of wire.
They spent a lot of time cutting it. They want to make sure it gets used.
Yeah, they spent 50 mortar rounds getting that one piece of wire open.
Gotta get your money's worth. All right, there we go.
There we go.
That was even easier than the last. Although
Now,
I do find that I'm using more and more of my ammo each time.
Yeah.
If you guys like HHL, you might like Beyond the Wire when it comes out. Ooh, what's that?
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard about that. Yeah.
We've talked about this before. It's basically like I think it's made by the same team that's making Postscriptum, but it's
Oh
World
no!
War
Oh
One.
my God, this looks gorgeous.
Give up all you can, you French
If it's the same Postscriptum people for World War One, then I am in. 50v50
I just hope
players.
it's optimized better.
Yeah. Oh, I had no idea this was gonna be a thing. Oh, that looks. I'm in. Wow.
We need artillery support over here.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And yes, so I to be fair, I am very royalist. Yes, I am certainly very much a royalist. I'm not a good American. I'll say that. I will admit that most readily. Every once in a while, you get those comments that are like, "Go back to England." It's like, I'm trying. There we go. He's got 5 points for penetration. I don't know what that means, but I don't know if I should like it or not.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah. I think we've like wiped out a whole battalion of Germans by now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And there's
it's
just a
about,
little German man across no man's land with a cheeky mustache and a pipe saying, "Send the next wave over."
Yeah, it's German Benedict Cumberbatch.
You know what would be fun is if they had like an event in this game where it was like a Blackadder themed game. All the voice acting was replaced with like General Melchett and such.
Yeah.
That'd be a good April Fool's Day little mini game.
Well, did you see what they did for April Fool's Day this year?
No, what was that?
They basically added like a special filter in the game's settings where you could make the game look like an old-timey movie.
That's fun.
Yeah. It was like not at all practical, like because you couldn't see anything, but you know, it was
One of the
entertaining.
best things to play on oh, what's it called? The one map that's like a very very shallow, not even like a trench, but just a shallow like hole in the ground, and it's very grassy and green with like the ridge and whatnot. And if you play on that map with like the maximum graphics settings, then
The enemy is attacking!
then you won't be able to see the enemy very well because the grass is so high. But then the people who purposely lower their graphics settings will always be able to kill you because they don't see the grass, but they will see you.
Yep, that's always the classic, you know, gaming paradox.
There.
Oh, I forgot to resupply. Now I only have 15 rounds.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I guess I don't really need it when I have sector artillery to call in.
Fire on these coordinates!
Oh, there's a lot of them coming from the right.
Oh yeah.
There's a conga line of them.
Just firing into the mass. I'm not even necessarily like aiming.
Come on, guys, this worked so well for us the last 12 times.
It's like that scene from the neck in Gallipoli
Nah, for real.
for them.
Pop, pop, pop. Although, like, real talk, there were not an insignificant number of events in World War I that were a lot like this. Men approaching in column and just getting mowed down. It's like, well, what else are we supposed to do? It's an open field.
Yeah.
I'm reloading! Cover me!
It's good target practice.
Yeah, Soldier 5261. I'll ask the other guys, see what they think.
And it's dead silence.
He's asking us to do a private match after we're done with our stream match. We shall see. I feel like we're still gonna be on this after, even after we're done with squad defense, because we're gonna move to front lines and play with some of you watchers,
Yeah.
viewers, watchers. What am I? Jeez.
But for some reason, Watchers has a much more negative energy to it than viewers.
Hold your ground, lads! Reloading!
Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Wave 13. We're
Let's-
doing it, boys. We're
Alright.
saving the Empire.
We're saving the Empire. Yes.
We seem to have lost our machine gunner.
Oh, Andy left?
That
I
is
guess so.
unfortunate.
Oh, oof. Alright. Nobody hit ready yet. I have to grab something.
I've already done so. But hey, oh, look at that. But hey, on the bright side, if we die, we
Oh,
can
he's
blame
back.
him.
Never mind.
Enemy incoming!
Welcome back. Oh, hey, we had two donations come in. I will wait for Matt to get back so we can be happy about it. There's not a minimum donation on GoFundMe, right?
I don't think so.
No. So it always impresses me that, like, you know, like whenever people give donations, like it's never just like $1. People like kind of open up their wallets pretty significantly.
Oh yeah.
Pop,
Alright, I'm here.
pop.
I'm
Welcome
coming.
back, Matt. We got
I'm
two
still on my
donos.
headset.
We got 2 donos, which I
Oh,
will
very good.
ignore the battle to read off. No messages associated with them that I can see. At least it's possible that they're still loading in. But aside from that, though, we have Drew Schlegel. Drew has come in with a $20.
Wow.
to
Thank you,
the
Drew.
cause. Indeed, thank you very much, sir. And then Luke Farberman. I don't know if that's his actual name, Farberman, which is very convenient for the reenactment community. But Luke Farberman has given a $10 dono as well.
Thank
So
you, thank you.
very much. Both are much appreciated.
Oh, that disgusting artillery barrage.
Disgusting.
I just saw like a whole just stack of Germans just tip over.
I don't know what's disgusting about that. That sounds beautiful.
I'm coming at this from a humanist perspective.
Pretty words. It's all just cowardice. We're here for sports. Don't quote me on these things. It's a video game. It's not real. I mean, they're only Germans.
Any German viewer just being like,
We're coming for you next. There we go. What are our thoughts on the Middlesex Village Trading Company muskets? So I've not ever like fired or used one myself. I'm pretty sure that they're Indian, or no, they're not Indian ones, are they? Middlesex Village, I think they make their own, but in any case, I've heard good things about them. I was actually considering buying my QZ from them, but eventually I do end up buying a QZ. Eventually.
We need artillery support over here.
Have either of you heard anything about that company, or?
I have not. I don't. I mean, I have a really old Pet Risoli that is still running very well, so
Yeah.
I haven't really been in the market for a new one, but.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But no, I've heard good things. Just ask around other, communities whenever you can. Like if you're in a reenactment group, ask all of them what their thoughts are if they have anything. Read reviews on the website if there are any. Ask on Facebook group pages, etc., etc. And there's no such thing as too much research when it comes to buying a firearm.
Exactly. I would even look into buying like a used one from like a reenactor getting out of the hobby or something like that. That way.
Yeah. Usually get it cheaper as well.
Yeah, you get it cheaper. Like I think I got my musket for like 500 through a friend, so that definitely beats like paying what is it, like $1,000 now for a, if not more, for a brand new ground vest.
I think like 1,100 to 1,300 or something like that.
Oh wow, that's a steal. Well, that's not a steal. That's a that's highway robbery.
It's stealing from you is the thing.
Andy's asking if he donates, can he join in the march? So Andy, I wish I could say you can, but we're sticking to 8 people just because of like the COVID restrictions and stuff like that. Not that we think you would bring it to any of us, but we don't want to have too many people, and
it's good to set a hard limit rather than make exceptions, because eventually that leads to more and more and more and more.
Yeah, because once you say yes, you can't stop saying yes,
Yeah. That being said, though, if we do a second march, which I think if we did probably like around November, it'd make the most sense for that kind of thing. We can definitely be open to making arrangements for more people.
Right.
Looking for different sites. Hopefully, speaking with people. Speaking to the host of those sites for seeing what they're willing to allow, etc., etc.
Yeah,
and then of
exactly.
course, like I was saying as well, like next year, I think if we did like another thing like this, it'd be really cool if we could, find like some venue that'd be willing to have us like just open it up to anyone who wants to come up,
Right.
Get like 30, 40 guys out there, like Colin, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Do a great big fundraiser, organized thing.
I know I was even like, talking to Chris, like, we don't necessarily have to do something where we're marching with rifles either.
Yeah, absolutely. It could even just be like walking out kits.
Yeah, it could be walking out kits. It can be like battle kits and stuff. You just don't have the rifle. Like it's sure it's like a crucial part of the kit and stuff, but for what we're doing, you don't really need it. It's not like you're firing or anything like that. So
exactly.
if we did a march like along like a roadside or whatever, and we just went out, like I know around the 100th anniversary of the Somme, the beginning of the Somme, there were a lot of those like British theater groups that dressed actors up, and they all marched around different parts of the UK, which actually kind of inspired this march. So
cool.
Not giving this up without a scrap.
but that was back in 2016 and it's 2020 now, so we want to kind of keep it going. But anyway, I'm sorry, Brandon, I was interrupted.
No, I was gonna say, incidentally, the one gentleman who donated, Schlegel, Drew, gave 20. He said in the chat, my chat, from one history enthusiast to others. So I just wanted to say, he left a message for us.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Drew. Again, really appreciate the donation. Help keep the history alive, guys.
And let's see, so there is a minimum of $5 for the donos, it seems.
Gotcha.
The enemy's attacking!
Someone said that. Let's see. What else do we have? Someone asked, do we use any Townsend's products in our kits? If any of us do, they are small items. The thing about Townsend's, great respect for the YouTube channel, I love their stuff. I would not encourage anyone to purchase clothing from Townsend's because it's not the most authentic stuff. Whenever it comes to clothing and hats and things like that, larger accoutrements, you want to get them custom made for you by a tailor who's doing it to your measurements. Townsend's is great for things like dishware, like mess kit stuff, like pocket lint. What's it called? Like pocket
Trash.
Pocket lint, pocket trash. Yeah, pocket lint. Yeah. So,
Pocket lint.
Like bone dice or playing cards or repro currency. They have a lot of repro currency stuff. Like things like that. Townsend's is really good for. Even like musket tools, maybe things like that you can get from them. But I would not encourage you to get clothing from Townsend's.
I have one shirt from Townsend's, and I'm currently using it to fill up my valise. And it won't even serve that purpose for much longer, seeing as how I just got my leather jerkin yesterday.
Go.
Yeah, it's gonna look good. You're gonna be very thankful for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wish I had a jerkin at Newville. I was shivering like the whole event,
Oh, God.
dude.
So bad.
And I had like 4 other like t-shirts that just happened to be in my duffel bag. And one was like, thank God I had like a long sleeve t-shirt from my college, because I put that on and that actually made a little bit of a difference. A little bit.
Yeah.
I literally wore my balaclava like from the first night till the end of the event.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never
same.
took it off.
Same. It's a good look though, a balaclava.
Yeah, well, I think
Especially
mine is also an original, so I was a little afraid to wear it, but it's original from the Second World War, and it was made really, really well, like, so it's still holding up pretty good, but yeah, it came in handy. I would love to get a great coat, but they're just so expensive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, same. I'm hoping for next year's Newville I'll be able to
Yeah.
Oh, Virtual Basement, who has a check mark. I'm not familiar with that channel. Am I familiar with that channel? Hold on. I said, hi, Brandon. Things have been a bit hectic on there. I just want to stop by the stream and say hello directly. Well, hello, sir. Hold on. Do I know that name?
Ready, boys. Here they come.
Let's see.
Wow, Chris, you're really racking up the kills.
Yeah. I've been trying to be a little more precise with my my shots.
Yeah.
Fun. Oh, hello, sir. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm running. I have 16 rounds left after that round.
Hey, Chris, turn
Yeah,
to my character here. Do I have a cheeky mustache?
Eyes up.
You do.
Enemy
Yes!
incoming.
That's what
What
matters.
makes it a cheeky mustache? Like, does it extend to the cheek, or
It
is it
like
more of a
it
moral
just goes to the end of your lips, like maybe a little bit over.
Okay.
At that point,
So yeah,
it is
literally
cheeky.
then.
In my book, that's what makes it cheeky. I don't know if there's a definition of an actual cheeky mustache, but
So honestly, no. When I lived in the UK, I like genuinely asked people, and I never could, as what is the definition of the word cheeky? What is the actual like standard by which it is applied? What makes something cheeky and what makes something not cheeky? No one could give me even something close to a solid answer. It's like, well, I don't know. It's just cheeky, you know? It's like, no, I don't know. I'm a stupid American. Please help
You
me.
guys might want to get out of there.
yeah,
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I feel like I'm in the end scene from Journey's End.
It's fine. Don't worry.
I just actually a German just ran past me, and got in the trench, and I got him with my bayonet, but...
See, there you go. Trust your ability. Trust your rifle. Trust your bayonet. Trust in the ghost of Lord Kitchener who's watching over us.
Exactly.
It's like in New England, people use wicked. It's like, yeah, what does wicked mean? It's just an intensifier. It's so pervasive.
I kind of want to play that that German's like marching song, but it's like it's very like damning. It's very like we're all gonna die German song. If you know what I mean. What's it called? They basically say like we may not come back. We're marching to death or something like that. It's like
That sounds very German.
German military.
That sounds like a very
Marching.
late war German march, or like a Freikorps march.
Yeah, it basically is. I think.
Freikorps have some amazing music. Terrible people, great music.
Oh.
Is it Go a la Strassenende?
Yep, that's what I was just gonna say. That's what all these guys should be singing right now.
I had no idea that was the lyrics for Strassenende, although I guess it makes sense. Oh yeah, all roads end. That's what it means. Oh!
That's what all these guys are singing right now, marching into precise British rifle fire and artillery and machine guns. What wave are we on? 16. Okay.
16.
Let's go.
It's like that one meme with like the woman crossing her hand saying it's time for. It's like it's a picture of Kaiser Wilhelm saying, "Hansi, it's time for your 3 o'clock offensive." Jawohl, mein Kaiser.
He's like, okay.
The really like depleted meme face.
Yes.
I guess I could take my gas mask off now.
Can you ever truly take the gas mask off when you're on the front?
Guns on the way!
Guns on the way!
Forward, boys!
Cheeky has many definitions. The one I'm most accustomed to is when you're talking back to someone in authority, like a parent. Okay.
Nice.
So it's a rebellious thing. But then what makes Nando's cheeky? What makes Nando's rebelling against authority? It's like the most normie, like, middle-class thing you can do. Well, middle-class out by American standards. It's like such a suburban way to rebel.
The suburban way to rebel.
Yeah.
Boy.
I think Verdun is like $20 or something. It's a fun game. I've had a lot of enjoyment out of this game.
Yeah. I've been playing this game, like, I don't want to say since, like, the beginning, but I remember playing it on my Mac laptop at the end of high school, and there were only 2 factions. It was, like, this map and Flanders and, like, Bosège were, like, the only maps. And you could only play as the French and the Germans, and the French only had, like, 1 faction. It was, like, the Chasseurs.
Huh.
Yeah, I remember when I first became aware of this game, it was like probably around the same time I was in high school. And at the time, it was like a pre-alpha release, and it was running on the Unity engine.
Yeah.
So it was like a browser-based game.
Huh.
Yeah, I used to play this with my trackpad on my laptop.
Horrible.
Dude,
How?
my roommate and one of our friends called me the trackpad sharpshooter. I did fairly well with it too, because I just got so used to playing it. I don't know why I like refused to buy a mouse. And then I had AutoCAD class.
Oh, okay. So a cheeky Nando's is getting a Nando's, but you know that you shouldn't. Okay. But then by definition, is not every Nando's a cheeky Nando's? Because you should probably never really go there, but you do.
Who's on fire?
what do you recommend as a first musket? I mean, they're all basically the same. It's like, you know, when compared to, say, like, the variances and differences between modern firearms, you know, a flintlock's a flintlock and a flintlock. It just depends on, you know, the exact caliber, and, like, some minor distinctions in the layout of the lock or how the barrel is laid in, things like that. Just go with, you know, whatever you're most interested in historically. If you can fire one, you can fire them all.
Just make sure you're getting it from a trusted manufacturer. That's really all that matters.
Yeah. Like, if you find one online that's like, hey, $200 for a brown vest, like, maybe don't. Let's see.
Well, we're almost at round 20, boyos.
Yes, we are.
Eyes up! Enemy incoming!
I have a feeling we're not going to be overrun anytime soon.
We've been at this for an hour. Like,
Oh
we
God,
literally
so
just
we
passed
have.
the 1 hour mark.
So we
Oh.
have.
Oh yeah, I see that on my timestamp here. Oh boy. Oh, they're coming at us from the left now. They're changing it up.
Yes, they are.
Fire on these coordinates!
Oh dear, in the barbed wire. Oh God. Okay.
Yep, I got stuck in the same barbed wire.
When I do it, it'll be different. Where can you buy World War I uniforms? Thankfully, while Rev War is a mess when trying to buy stuff because you need to buy it all custom, World War I is super easy because if it doesn't fit, it's probably more authentic than if it did. What Price Glory is a great company. Soldier of Fortune is a pretty good company. Yeah. There are private individuals who make stuff as well if you want like higher quality, but for the most part, like you can buy pretty much everything from those two companies.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
The tricky thing is figuring out which companies to order which items from.
Yeah.
Because certain of those two companies, they're better at certain things than they are at others.
Mm-hmm.
I would advise that you get most of the uniform stuff from What Price Glory, but go to Soldier Fortune for the gear.
Yeah, for the
Would be my
weapons.
suggestion.
If you're gonna order webbing, order the K canvas webbing from Soldier Fortune.
Yeah. They actually have a distinguishing category on their website of like high quality webbing or something like that.
Yeah.
So like just go for that. I think it's actually made in Wales, that webbing. And then of course for the actual SMLE, that you're gonna have to buy private. I got mine off of Gunbroker, which you always have to be careful about, but you know, do your due diligence and make sure it's like there's a lot of photographs and you've spoken with the person before and things like that.
Hey, Charles Clayton, thanks for subscribing, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the stream.
I think he's I've seen his name before.
Yeah, he's a reenactor. I know he's big into Civil War. I see his stuff on like Living History, Show Your Impressions. I think we're friends on Facebook too.
They are,
I just donated and it shows a tab saying we got your credit card info. Do not donate. That is not. You did something wrong if that's the case. That's not the case.
So just in case anybody's like just kind of joining in for the stream or anything like that, I just want to say we're donating money, we're raising funds for the Commonwealth War Graves Foundation, which is like the charity wing of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission. And on September 27th, 8 of us will be doing a march in like full British Army marching order, and all of our proceeds are going to that organization. So please donate. The links are in like all of our descriptions, both Brandon and mine. Read our mission statement, watch our like promo video we have on YouTube and Facebook, and throw some funds at us. We're really trying to reach $1,918 to give. Right now, I believe we're at 720 something, or maybe it's more now because we had a couple people donate.
$758 of the goal of 1,918.
Great. So we're almost there. Maybe not like almost there, but we're getting closer. So
We're
thank you
just under
everyone.
halfway there.
Yeah. So thank you everyone who's already donated. And if you haven't donated and you're thinking about it, I would advocate for please donate.
Yeah, well, yeah. So if you are on the fence, again, like read up on the foundation, what they do, and everything. Yeah, no, it is definitely a worthy cause. So we're going 8 miles. That's enough suffering, I think, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll push for more. But then again, I'm not going to have nearly as much kit as you guys are with my officer stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. Lucky bastard.
I've been like looking online for other things that like officers would have had on the march, and it's still limited, so...
Yeah. Cool. Speaking of the American Civil War, I don't know when we mentioned this, but what do you guys think of the movie Glory? I enjoyed the film Glory. I think it does pretty well for what it's trying to do.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I particularly enjoy actually the very first scene when I think it's the Battle of Antietam that they show. I quite like it because you compare it to films like, say, Gettysburg or Gods and Generals, where you have like this swelling heroic music telling you that war is like a exciting and glorious thing. Glory it doesn't do any of that nonsense. It just shows you without any music, without any drama. It just shows you the battle and the terror and the horror that is contained therein. It doesn't hold like any punches. It does a really good job at it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And also the battle scenes just have a lot more, like, urgency to them.
Yeah, they do.
That's the thing I hate the most about Gettysburg, is just the battles seem, like, so lethargic.
Yeah, it's like they're, in an attempt to make it feel like, oh, it's a really long, march across the field, they just make it seem dull. And when the music is so happy, and, people fall down, and then they just, there's an explosion, they fall down, and then that's it, they've just fallen down.
Yeah, they don't get, like, blown to bits or anything. Like, oh, there's a German right in front of you guys. I got him, never mind.
I had to fall back because he was shooting at me.
Well, they're starting to somewhat get a little closer.
What else have we got? Nah, it'll be fine, it'll be fine.
Now, if you are watching and you have Verdun, after we die, we will switch to frontline, so maybe you guys can get on the same server as our squad and fight against us or fight alongside us.
Oh, and so Tea and Cake asked about whether the foundation doesn't get all their money from governments. So the Commonwealth War Graves Commission itself, yes, is funded by constituent governments. So the Commonwealth War Graves Foundation is, as we said, the charity wing of the commission. What they do is they use donated funds to support their overall mission. So it's not directly in, like, making sure that, like, the graves are, not destroyed. That's all provided by governments. But it's things like educational programming. It's things like providing online databases so individuals can do research and learn about soldiers who lost their lives and are buried in Commonwealth War Grave sites. It's things like that the foundation does. And then, of course, just, it's still extra funding to assist in the mission, if governments are not necessarily, capable of funding literally everything that they want to do.
Andy says, who has the rum ration? Don't worry, Andy, you'll get the rusty spoon soon.
Cool. I think they're moving left?
Yeah, they just deployed gas, like, center left.
Yeah, they're all coming up over the top on the right, but they're, like, moving on a diagonal.
Not for much longer with sector artillery.
There you go. I wish the planes were a little louder in this game. That's what I loved in 1917, is when the planes came overhead, they felt like just alien spacecraft. They were so loud and alien feeling in that in the overall terrain.
Yeah, definitely. I just kind of wish the sound effects in general in this game were louder.
Yeah,
Like,
they're a little tinny.
They're tinny and they, like, don't really carry all that much, you know? Like, if Battlefield 1 has anything over this game, it's sound design. Like, I never really feel, even though they, like, boosted the player count in this game, and so it's 64 players now, I never really feel like I'm part of a big push.
They're in the
like,
gas. They're in the gas, and they're about to come into the line.
Oh, good. As I'm looking at my phone to watch my own screen, to look at my comments.
Make sure everything is doing well. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, there's... Okay. Get out of here. Shoot. Shoot. No, shoot.
Shoo, he says.
Yes. Oh, he's dead. Okay, good.
You know what I like about the gas in this game? I like the fact that it actually will, like, cling to certain areas on the map.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a shell hole, it will, like, cling to the inside of the shell hole. Like, it seeks it, like, settles to the ground over time.
Yeah, it doesn't just dissipate, like, immediately and evenly across the board.
Yeah, like, you can walk through a section thinking it's clear and, like, still get choked up.
Yeah, and then you start choking on, like, oh, what's going on? Oh, all the green stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
$19.17 is kind of far, but the uniforms and overall appearance, what? I thought it was great.
I thought it was pretty good.
There's nothing wrong with the uniforms in 1917. Yeah, they're pretty spot on.
Like, maybe there's some, like, little things here and there, but overall, like, I didn't see anything that, like, threw me off.
I think what a lot of reenactors will say is that, like, the wearing of their gas masks on their back on the front line isn't really accurate, but you really got to use, like, almost, maybe not necessarily a suspension of, like, disbelief, but, like, have some reason when you watch these things too that, like, there are needs of the actors and costumers and all sorts of other individuals that make up these productions that need to make things certain ways.
The whole novelty of 1917 is that, you know, it's designed to look like one shot. So there are certain things that you can't do in the filming of that movie that you could in other, you know, more traditionally shot films.
No, for
So
sure.
you can't use a boom mic, for example. You need to have a lavalier.
Yeah.
And so
I actually hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
yeah, and so
But,
if you're going to be wearing the lavalier mic, you can't wear the gas mask in its regular position because
Now, in all fairness, that doesn't suddenly mean that the wearing of the gas masks was correct. It could still be considered wrong, but like overall, I think that's a relatively small issue compared to the overall quality of the material culture in the film.
Although there are photos that show.
Yeah, that's the other thing is there are instances, and I've kind of realized, because I think in my first video I talked about that too. It's like, oh, you know, that's something that they didn't really get right. I would like to see it better, but I kind of like begun to realize more and more as I look into the First World War that there's always an exception, and whenever there's an exception, there's a lot of that exception. Like when people, for example, in my one putties video, I put the putties on backwards. I wasn't paying attention because I was talking to the camera, and I put them on backwards. And people were like, oh, you know, they called me out for that. So I was like, oh yeah, you're right, I made that mistake. But then I started looking in photographs. It's like I found 3 or 4, like really quickly, photographs of guys wearing their putties backwards. It's like, oh, that's actually authentically wrong.
Oh yeah, there's a certain element when it comes to World War I where, like, you look at the way that people are wearing their kit in the field, and it's like at a certain point they just stop caring.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't really blame them for not caring about the direction of their putties or making sure that every button is perfectly polished when, you know, you're living in a muddy hole in the ground with artillery landing all around you 24/7. There are deeper concerns.
There are photos of guys wearing straight up sandbags as putties, so...
Oh yeah.
yeah.
In one photo where it's a guy just wearing sandbags as pants, even. like not even like to cover his trousers, like just straight up wearing like sandbags.
Because he's probably, you know, at the front and something happened to his trousers, so he's not going to go without trousers, and until a replacement can arrive, then, you know, that's what you do.
Yep. I'm looking at the chat on your stream, Brandon, and actually there's a mention of, I guess, War Women. in 1917.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Now I could be wrong, but I think maybe you might be confusing it for pattern 1914 webbing.
Oh, is that the leather webbing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the leather webbing. Yeah. I mean,
it looks a little bit similar to
Yeah.
Boer War webbing, but it's still very distinctly. I mean, it would be correct for the period.
Yeah, one of the differences with the Boer War leather gear is that you'll have like a regimental belt buckle, and most of the P14 gear just has like the S buckle, like the snake buckle.
It took me a little while to figure out how the S buckle actually works, but once you realize how it functions, it's like, this is actually really good.
I really want to get one as a walking out belt, like a leather walking out belt.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
Funny, a couple of months ago, some advert on YouTube, who, it's like some like small business, they're selling belt buckles, and they're like, oh, but I found that I really didn't like the traditional style of belts because it pops out and they're uncomfortable and you need the holes in them and yada yada yada. It's like, and I figured that there needed to be a better way, so I invented this. And he showed a belt. It's like, wait, no, that's actually the British World War I style of belt. This has actually been a thing for quite some time.
So I'm
Wow,
adding
we are
up
on wave
our
22.
yeah, I'm adding up our kills right now. We've killed 1,335 Germans between all four of us.
That's
I've fired 857 shots.
Hands on the
kind of
way!
sad.
That's funny. I fired the most shots out of everyone, and yet I have the least kills.
You're laying down suppressive fire.
There we go.
Exactly.
Eventually, we will be overrun, but I feel like we gotta stick to this.
Oh, as I sit in the artillery zone, okay. I was grabbing a sweater. I've had my AC on for a while. I'm actually gonna grab my Bavarian tunic. There we go.
Do you have a camera on?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I wish I did. I'm gonna get one soon though for this kind of stuff. Cause I'd love to wear my uniforms for this kind of stuff. I've been looking at cameras, and the ones that like are good, of course, are ridiculously expensive, and then the ones that are okay.
Especially these days.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, with everybody, Zoom calling and stuff for classes, and yeah, you're gonna get that. So.
I'm still planning on doing actually a one like interview series thing on live stream. Actually having a World War I themed one would be kind of fun for another fundraising type thing.
Yeah.
What was the Boer War? Wrong answers only. It was a hunting expedition in which Robert Baratheon was killed.
It was a music festival.
It was a very intense music festival.
Yeah.
There weren't very sanitary conditions in the
Some call it the first Woodstock. Does anybody else see the Germans doing like this weird like wiggle jig thing as they
Yeah,
run?
They're doing like the kind of funky shuffle type of thing.
The no man's land shuffle.
Yeah.
Have we heard of the game Beyond the Wire? We were actually just talking about that earlier, or well, like 40 minutes ago, I guess. Yeah, no, it looks amazing. I literally only just heard about it today. I'm excited. You gotta feel bad for him after a while, don't you?
Yeah, poor Germans. I mean, we've wiped out a couple battalions now. Oh, nice.
World War was when L. Crane got hungry.
Oh.
Oof.
I don't know.
He won the war single-handedly with the rolling kitchen.
I'm down to 40 rounds.
I'm Down to
What
8.
other Rev War impressions would you like to do? I think it'd be a lot of fun to have a regimental padre impression, a chaplain impression.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Oh.
Do you all have any other impressions that you would like to do?
I mean, I'm still working on making improvements to my current impression.
Oh yeah, no, that's
I mean,
that's always.
Okay, lads, let's do this.
what I would really like to do,
Go.
if I can find my way clear to stop spending all of my money on World War I stuff for 1 week, I would like to get one of those Trowbridge handkerchiefs.
Eyes up! Enemy incoming!
I'm not familiar. Trowbridge, is that a person who makes them, or?
It's a company, but they
Okay.
make like really nice, authentic like handkerchiefs that you can wear around your neck.
That does sound nice.
Yeah, and I thought it would just be good for like, you know, kind of like a West cookie cutter type appearance, you know,
Yeah.
because we've been kind of trying to get away from that garrison duty look, and
Yeah.
you know,
They're all on the left.
Yeah.
actually I keep thinking back to that article I found on the Journal of the American Revolution a few months back, where it was talking about the like, I think it was probably like there was some sort of disease outbreak on Long Island in 1779, and the 54th apparently lost like 60 people to it.
Oh yikes.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact number, but it was a lot. So I kind of thought it would be fun to, like, you know, I don't know, do some sort of video talking about that, because it seems to be sort of relevant, you know, given the current situation that that we're living in.
For sure.
So like a video talking about how they dealt with like a, you know, outbreak like that in the 18th century.
Yeah. Here's another good one. Any advice on how to find a local reenactment regiment?
I would say Facebook is a good resource if you like to use that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's a
Facebook
really
is
good
a
resource.
very big reenactor resource these days. Incidentally, we're getting. I'm dead. We're getting completely overrun on the left side.
Yeah, I'm like over here by myself. I just called in artillery, so I can't really go in. Oh my god! All those arty kills. And they're still coming in.
And this is only the first trench too. If we all die here, I think we actually get pushed back to the second trench.
Yeah.
Oh
we
yeah,
do.
the
There
road
is-
ditch or whatever it is, yeah.
But you do start to fall pretty quickly though as soon as the first line goes down.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
that's when
second
we
trench is
actually
very
get-
hard to hold, in my opinion.
But yeah, no, Facebook is great. Also, like honestly, just try and find a local event, local reenactment event, even if it's like 2 hours away from you, 4 hours away from you, and speak to people there. That is always the best way to find organizations. Speak to people at a local event. And then, of course, going to like brigade.org, we are slowly updating that website and forming like a much more comprehensive list of every regiment in the Brigade of the American Revolution, things like that. And I wish to get a tricorn hat. Any recommendations? It's called a cocked hat for the 18th century. Cocked hat is a more appropriate term for 18th century. But Brenkel, there's a page on Facebook called what's it called? What's his first name? Brenkel.
I think it's Matthew, right?
Matthew. Yeah, Matthew Brenkel.
I'm
Hatter.
dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
they're really getting us. I've just bayoneted a few
if you
Germans.
Send me a message on Facebook and I can send you a link to his page. He makes very good stuff. That being said, it's also very expensive because it is very high quality. Matt, it was good knowing you.
I'm dead.
Out of scrap. Get ready,
That,
boys.
yep,
All right.
that was it. That
This
was,
is where it begins.
This is
All
where
right.
fun begins.
Oh, this is just our little ditch in the ground now. This is like
this is like
when-
the trench at Orange.
Yeah, or when the guys first get sent out to Verdun, they're like, "Oh, where's the front line?" It's like, you're on the front line. Where are the defenses? You're in the defenses. Favorite World War I rifle? Well, the SMLE, of course. Not a barbarian.
SMLE is OP. I'm just joking.
Yes, the terminology did change over time. So the term tricorn is actually like from the 1830s, I think, from France. That's when like we start seeing like the appearance of that term of a tricorn is in 1830s France. To everyone in the 18th century, they called them cockcats.
Let's see for my artillery. I think I went a little short.
Seems like they're coming along two different lines now, down the center and down the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very fun mode. I just kind of wish that the mode would be faster. Like, we should reach this level, I think, at like round 10, not round 20.
I think the problem is we're just too good.
Yeah, actually, that yeah.
I mean, I'm
I
level
agree.
100, so.
I'll take that excuse. Any other muskets or flintlocks you'd like to get? I would love to get a fusee at some point. In fact, that's something I will eventually have to get because I'm becoming an officer at the 54th. Yeah, like a nice officer's fusee. Otherwise, a Ferguson rifle would be a lot of fun, but also cost me as much as a small house, I think.
Oh, did you see the comments that somebody left on my Black Betty video, where they were trying to convince me that the so-called Black Betty musket was actually the Ferguson rifle?
No.
I was like, get the hell out of here.
What? No.
There's even
No.
less evidence to suggest that than there is to suggest that it was a precursor to the Brown Bess.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, people are just aggressively wrong sometimes.
Oh, people will go out of their way to be wrong about stuff. It's amazing.
But actually, did you know, Chris, that in the lyrics of the song, it is actually referring to how soldiers would just sometimes shoot their friends in the backs for like no reason. Wait,
you guys don't do that? Oof.
Well, I mean, not at the reenactments. I think the insurance frowns on that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's why you gotta go to the private events.
Exactly.
Fun there. Any civilian 18th century impressions you'd like to try? I think it'd be nice to just have like a civilian frock coat and yeah, just like some, I don't know, just a basic generic civilian impression to go around to some events with. Be a bit more casual. Really though, I want like a civilian 1890s impression. That's the kind of clothing I would just like wear regularly.
Wow, that was a long first wave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the 24th wave.
Yeah.
Where's the ammunition?
Remember to donate, guys. Remember to click that donate.
Yeah, it's down towards the center.
Yes, indeed. Again, for those just joining or just refreshing through, this is a charity live stream. So anyone who may be particularly inclined, the option is available there for you instead of in lieu of regular old super chatty type stuff and whatnot. I think as well what I'm going to do in future for my next live stream is I will enable super chat, but then I'll just like out of my own account, like separately, I will donate like 70% or whatever the value of the super chat to the page, just because YouTube takes 30% of all those figures. But,
right.
It's also a good way, I think. It's generally speaking, in my experience, the best live streams, financially speaking, are the ones where it's just me playing a game where I'm chatting more directly with people in the chat.
Yeah, right.
Rather than just answering questions. And people like to get your attention because welcome to parasocial relationships. They make me uncomfortable, but I rely on them.
All right, they're pushing up, kind of into the gas.
Okay, I'm gonna drop
They
artillery
are.
over there
Oh, yeah.
once I get the.
They're
Cool
they're
down.
in the trench.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
I don't like the sound of
Time to
that.
get saucy with the bayonet.
Oh, God, I'm dead.
My favorite
No.
time. Masks on.
Bayonets out for Kitchener, and I'm dead.
Bayonets for Kitchener.
I died.
I got him.
Nice. It's you and Andy holding the line now.
Hooray! There's one.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Never mind. She hit me with a shovel, I think, or a pistol.
I think he got you with a Luger.
Oh no.
It's all up
Alright.
to you, Andy.
Come
Oh,
on,
he
Andy.
called in all
Oh,
3 artillery bombardments.
In his own position.
Run.
He's like that
Broken
one
arrow.
Russian, or whatever they are. Ammunition. Just call it
Oh
out.
no, not the reload. Come on. Slap the drum on there.
Thank God the AI is incapable. Come on, Andy, you can do it. It's all you.
It's like the end of the first episode of Our World War.
Yes, screaming
Oh,
and firing the machine gun.
come on then!
Great.
With the booger in his mustache.
Oh, God.
Reloading!
Oh no. Oh, this is GG right here.
I'm reloading! Cover!
Don't you have a pistol, Andy?
Yeah,
Switch to the pistol.
reloading.
Oh.
Get ready, boys.
Alright. Alright. End of the line, boys. This is it.
Yep, this is it. This is our last holdout. Oh,
What the bloody hell do you think you're doing?
all right, this is it. Get your Fs on the chat ready.
Yeah, prime them F buttons.
Yeah.
All right.
Eyes up! Enemy incoming!
I just walked right into the spot where they're going to be dropping their gas. Nice.
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 Alright, here they come.
Also,
We need
hey
artillery
guys,
support over here.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something super scummy. You ready?
Cowards will be shot.
You ready? You know what would be really cool? If all of the 73 people watching this stream right now decided to go on over to the GoFundMe website and give $5.
That would be pretty great. Not gonna lie.
That would be amazing. They would probably just prove themselves to be real chads for doing that kind of thing. You know, it'd be really cool then.
They would be the chattiest of chats.
Oh yeah.
It would be a pretty cheeky move, not gonna lie.
It'd be very cheeky. A Kitchener would smile down upon you.
I'm just gonna say, doing the math, if 73 people all donated $5, we would get $365 for the charity, for the Commonwealth War Graves Foundation to keep that history alive. So,
Feel the
I'm
parasol
not gonna tell you what to do, but
want to earn our respect even though you don't know us and never likely will. You want to earn our respect by giving money to a charitable cause. This is the parasocial relationship at work.
as he whispers into his mic.
For more ASMR, if you know what to do. Oh god. Oh god. What if you're 15 and can't donate? Well, that is. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I went to check a chat thing and then I died.
No! Oh, I'm about to die too. Oh, we're getting
Oh,
flanked
yeah,
What
they're
if
like-
you are
hardcore.
15 and can't donate? In which case, you can be a Chad in 3 years.
Oh,
I
no.
just called in artillery on our own position, guys. Move to the right. I just called in broken arrow.
Yeah, this is definitely a broken arrow type situation.
Where's Mel Gibson and
No.
Sam Elliott when you need them?
No.
Better to die.
Keep him in the 18th century where he belongs.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
Better
he
to
doesn't
die
even
than-
belong there.
No, he doesn't belong.
Leave him in that like kind of obscure Hamlet movie.
Am I
Oh,
am I
God.
on OnlyFans too? Here's the thing.
You can get the OnlyFans link if you donate $5
Oh my God.
to the GoFundMe
I
charity.
just meleeed like 3 Germans.
That is a joke. That is a joke. There is no OnlyFans account. There never will be. Do not give money hoping that you will see naughty things.
You might just see really Farby impressions on OnlyFans.
Oh, that would be
Oh my
good.
god, they're just streaming in on the left. Oh my god. It's just a sea of felled ground.
Doing
Oh
great.
my
You're
god,
doing
we're
great.
getting overrun. Oh, Andy, get the gun down. Oh, I died. I couldn't reload fast enough.
Sad.
In the words of Donald Trump, sad.
Oof.
Sad. Very sad. I'll pay £50 a month for your OnlyFans. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I'll make an OnlyFans that's just like reviews of historical fans.
Hey, Tyler Fabian, thank you for the $5 to the charity.
Aw.
Really appreciate
There
it,
we
man.
go. There
He's
it
a
is.
Chad.
That's
Tyler
the GG,
Fabian is
finally.
a Chad.
Our defeat was in your honor, sir.
Pull back.
Well,
get them next
we
time.
killed 5,656 Germans.
Oh,
Oh
wait.
my goodness.
Is that what you got?
Oh
I
my
reminded you,
god.
4,253.
That's insane.
Hold on.
Alright, well, I think with that, I am actually going to duck out for the evening because I gotta eat. So.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
An hour 45. All right, sir.
Hey,
Godspeed.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back to the main menu, Brandon, if we want to do front lines.
Sounds good. Sounds
All
good.
right. I will create a squad for us.
2 hours.
Well, that's it for me. GG, everyone. It was
GG.
great.
GG,
Thanks for
Chris.
having me on. Okay.
Oh, and there he goes.
All right,
All right.
so front
Well, now
lines.
that the loser is gone,
Oof.
yeah, now the real men can play the game. I don't know.
Jeez.
Chris is a much better person than I am.
All right, so I'm gonna make a
Send
squad.
me an invite when you're when it's up.
Yeah, so look for the 2nd Battalion South Wales Borderers. All right, I am creating. It is up.
Let's see. Send me
Gotcha.
an.
Oh yeah, hold on. So
Yeah,
a stranger just
yeah.
joined us. Here, hold on. I gotta send you the. Oh no! Another
Take it
person
over
joined.
again.
Who are you, Sergeant T?
Any advice for a young reenactor? Oh, squad is full.
No,
Oh,
no, it's
no.
not. There's an empty slot for the bomber.
Send another invite then.
Go.
Go.
No, why? Who started it?
Joining chosen squad. It's okay. You can join in when it's
Okay.
getting started. Oh, but it seems like it doesn't want to let me do that.
All right, I can always back it out again.
That might be for the best.
You know what? It's probably not wise for me to just say the name of the unit, all the viewers.
Yeah.
And then you guys are all gonna try and join. All right, I'm gonna quit
Yeah.
again.
For young reenactors, the best thing honestly is just is look to the other reenactors around you and do what they do, so long as what they're doing is good. Realize that reenactment is like a massive improv show. You are there, to enjoy yourself and to provide entertainment and education for the public around you. Try and be, always have a smile on your face, be friendly and open and warm and welcoming to the public at the event, and ask them if they have any questions. And if they ask a question that you don't know the answer to, just be like, I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that. But if you ask anyone else around here, I'm sure you can find someone who can answer the question. Or even better, turn to someone else in your group and say, hey, do you know who might know the answer to this question? Honestly, treat it like a customer service job. You're there to serve.
All right, we're in.
Rifleman. We're in. All right. Yeah, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask questions yourself from other reenactors, from members of the public who seem to know stuff. Don't be afraid to do that. And also, whenever someone tells you something, of course, as well, always confirm it. Always confirm it with a primary source. Always do the research yourself. Don't just listen to something that someone says and assume it to be true.
Attack!
All right, over the
All right,
top.
I'm right behind you. Over the top, lads!
Uh-oh. I guess I shouldn't
Italian
stop
royal
to
bullet.
shoot.
Probably not when we're up and exposed like this now.
Yeah.
We're going against other players now. We have to actually try.
Yeah, I'm so used to... Well, there are a few bots in here, but that's okay.
Don't say that. It'll make me feel less impressive when I get a kill.
Yeah.
Haha!
There we go.
There we go. All right. I'm good.
Oh.
France is lovely this time of year, cloudy with a chance of shells.
Alright, here comes the counterattack. Where is my sector artillery cooldown? Alright, halfway.
I love all the trees that are. Actually, is this a new map or?
No, this is just like the German side of the Azin map.
Huh. I don't think I've ever made it this far.
Oh, a good time to join then. Yeah, I think if we win this trench, there's like one more German trench and then that's it. I don't particularly like this trench though. It's a little green, lots of vegetation. I mean, I guess that's good for camera, but...
Oh god. Same guy just killed me twice.
I keep killing bots and then I get killed by real people.
Alright, tea and cake, I'm right behind you. Oh, never mind, you've been shot. I'm not right behind you.
I'm loading in.
Oh, I'm blocked.
God save the king!
I'm getting shot, but I have no idea by who. There's one. There's another bot.
Yeah.
Hello, Hansi. Oh, ist du? Oh, okay, or not. Hey, that was a player.
Oh, I just saw Scott get blow up by a grenade and his Glengarry cap went flying across the map. The horrors of war.
The horrors of war.
Ah.
The ditches next to my driveway are deeper. It's like the potholes in this town are so bad it may as well be 1915 France.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Casey Jones has killed me like 5 or 6 times. Jeez. Who needs studying when you have Brands and F? I think most people. unless your paper is on very specific subjects. Okay. I get to a forward position and that's usually...
Oh, Casey Jones killed me too.
Something about that guy.
Something about Casey Jones, man.
Casey Jones, look at this. We have Tyler Fabian coming in with a $5 tip. I think you already said that one.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, no. And then Anonymous as well gave $5.
Thank you, Anonymous. You're great.
The hacker man himself, Anonymous.
You know, it'd be great if we could reach $800 for the charity by the end of the stream. We're at 768 per what my sources are telling me.
Sources?
Yeah, my phone that I have propped up against my little German nutcracker dude.
Oh, how appropriate.
Yeah. Oh boy, they are in on the. They're in on
The left?
the left. That's the direction. In on the. Hi, can I get a artillery bombardment, please?
Oh, headshot. Take that, Otto. Take that, Friedrich. Okay. Tyler said you did, but I don't mind the extra attention. Well, that's
Oh, here we are. We're on the push. Very good. I should have saved my artillery bombardment.
only 20 seconds left. We've got it. I'd say as I get shot. Gosh darn,
Yeah.
it really just would be my luck that I would be the one soldier who, by some miracle, managed to survive the entire war, and then at that, 10:50 a.m. assault on November 11th, 1918,
Oof.
that's when I get killed.
Hey, we won though.
Huzzay.
Yay.
Hey, and we got Thomas in the chat as a potential recruit with the 54th. Hello, sir.
Ah, very good. Hello, Thomas.
Yeah, bullets just really like me in this game.
Alrighty. Are you? I'm good for one more match if you wanna go for one
Yeah.
more.
One more works.
All right.
Then I may do a little bit alone after that, but yeah, that works out.
There we go.
Where do you buy a trench whistle? I want to go in to wake up the neighbors. Now I cannot.
eBay.
I cannot. Yeah, I cannot advise you to wake up your neighbors with it. But yeah, I guess you can probably find something on eBay, or again, like Soldier of Fortune, I think sells them, like repro ones, obviously. Yeah, there's a number of places you can get them. Honestly, I'm surprised that I do not yet own a trench whistle myself.
I just bought
Seems
one
like-
for my officer kit. It was like 20 bucks on eBay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it's a repro. I mean, they have like aged ones too, but they're a little more expensive. So I just got the new one. But I have to get a chain. It doesn't come with a chain.
Oh, fun.
And the only whistles on eBay that came with a chain were all original, and they were like $400, $500. But,
Front lines.
all right, here we go.
Cowards will be shot.
I always forget we
Oh,
start out as
God.
defense.
Pop up right at once. Oh, there's a lot of them. Jesus, oh my goodness. I only hit one of them.
So Andy is asking who faces off against the 54th the most. At reenactments, I would say like the 5th Connecticut. We see them all the time.
Including this Saturday. Are you going to the event this weekend, or?
No, unfortunately I have work. The restaurant I work at, they have recently put me behind the bar, so I'm a bar back, so I work like every weekend, and I'm like slowly being trained as a bartender, so yeah, I really have to like pick my days off in advance, so like I took the time off to do the march like a couple weeks ago just to make sure like they knew about it and all that, so
But yeah, no, the 5th Connecticut, we do a lot of events with them. We field with the 10th and all.
Yeah.
But they're Crown Forces. Well, I shouldn't say obviously. Hobby. Who else do we field a lot with? There we go.
Oh, I hear a flamethrower. That's not good.
Oh, all right. Well, don't worry. I got shot before I could get burnt alive, so I'll take that as a victory.
Yeah, you have the mercy. I'm like in the sap trench right now. Oh. So many
Any
Germans in
dragoons?
here.
Not really, no. There's the 16th Queens Dragoons, or Light Dragoons, I think. They're a good group, but I only ever really see them at like Old Silver Village or the really big events. I love the look of the, I think it's the 16th, is that they have the red coatees with, the, like, not a bearskin cap, but like it's like a light infantry helmet combined with a bearskin cap. You know the look that I'm talking about? The kind of helmet that Tavington has in The Patriot, which I hate to use that as a reference, but that's where a lot of people can identify the look from. Whatever those things are called is a fantastic look.
Is it like the Tarleton helmet?
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to get one of those, but the guy who makes them, at least the only guy I found online that makes them, they're quite expensive.
Yeah, it's probably because it uses actual bearskin.
Yeah.
Pricey. My bearskin cap is actual bearskin, and it costs like $300, I think.
Oh wow.
It's like 200, 300 bucks, something like that. Oh, that's a flamin' effect.
Oh, artillery. This is a Minenwerfer.
Ah, here comes a this bag. I love when you can see in the distance, like, a flamethrower being, shot.
Oh yeah.
Or the flash of a machine gun, you just, like, try and pick it off from really far away. You can't even see the guy, you can just see the muzzle flash and you're shooting for that.
Yeah.
When you actually get him, though, it feels like you're really helping the team, because it's like, oh, you know, my boys are no longer getting pinned down.
Exactly, yeah, you gotta free up that, field of fire. As a Frenchman walks in front of my muzzle and catches a 303 to the face.
I mean,
Luckily, he doesn't die.
Friends are there for ultimately. I mean, old habits die hard.
Right. One reenactment I would really enjoy doing if, like, I could pick a scenario for any sort of battle. I'd love to do a like a Battle of the Somme scenario. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I think actually I was talking about this. I was driving up with John to the live fire the other day.
Yeah.
And something that we were going on, incidentally, for people in the live stream, not the John that you're used to hearing. A friend John who lives nearer to me, not from Ohio.
Right.
Much more polite fellow, not anywhere near so crude. Gosh darn it, Razor. We were talking about how it would be amazing to have a World War I site where the trenches were a lot further apart. Because, like, Neuville is amazing, but Neuville is amazing for, like, late war, you know, the trenches are really close together, it's, like, really, you know, worn down, decrepit site, you know. It's great for that kind of thing. I want a site where it's, like, a couple hundred yards. Or at least, like, it's, like, 100 yards going up between the trenches. And so you don't have that moment where, like, as soon as the whistle blows, everyone, like, takes off running out of the, you know, the ramps, and you book it across the field because you need to try and get to the enemy trench to fire immediately. I want a one where it is, you know, the men slowly climbing up out of the trench with the trench ladders, and, like, you know, you form out and fan out into the formation, and you're walking across the field, dead silent except for the officer trying to, like, encourage you onwards. You know, someone can kick a football down the down the way, and then, you know, after, like, you crest over a certain ridge or something, that's when the enemy line just opens up and people start falling down.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, when I think of the quintessential, like, World War I experience, that's the kind of stuff that I think about, and that would be amazing.
Yeah. I would enjoy doing that, too. I think, like, doing, like the Battle of Luz or, like, the first actions at, like, Ypres would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, or those, like, early war scenarios.
Early war stuff in general.
Yeah,
like Battle
exactly.
Frontiers, just get columns of guys going up against machine gun fire. It's like, you know, they wouldn't be very long little battle scenarios, but they'd be fun. Oh, my goodness me. Someone just shot me and my character did, like, He jumped up like 4 feet straight up into the air.
Nice.
It was very impressive. I'm not sure that it gave me much of a tactical advantage, but it was very impressive.
Oh, I guess I don't have binoculars with this loadout. Okay. It's okay. Who needs binoculars at this range?
That's true. Oh, that's a German! I did it! Oh!
Oh.
4 kills in a row before I died. I feel like I'm helping. What's the event this weekend? It is a small historic home in Connecticut. What's it called? I should make a post about it on Facebook, actually, about where we're going this weekend. Yeah, I'll make a post about it on my Facebook when we're done with the live stream tonight. That way people can see if they're so inclined to attend. Small event, casual event. If there is a battle, it'll be more like a little, like, mini skirmish type thing.
I think they nerfed the Flammenwerfer a little bit. Or no, it's called the Wex. They don't call it a Flammenwerfer in this game.
The Wex?
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe it is called. I don't know. Maybe it's like a.
Artillery? Well, I mean, presumably Flammenwerfer is a generic name.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like flamethrower and.
Flame.
Yeah. Flamethrower. There we go. There's the English.
It is a Wex. Okay. Huh. What up, nerds? Am I late? Well, we've been going for about 2 hours, but still going. So depends on your point of view, I suppose.
Exactly. Oh, that French officer just sandbagged.
Oh. Oh! I love it when you're moving through a trench, looking down the sights of the gun, and you actually manage to pull off the kill as someone comes like over the top.
There you go.
It makes you feel very impressive.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta stop running right over no man's land with no cover. Just really want that early war vibe, right?
Exactly. Like, do you ever just feel guilty that you're not dying in a field in Flanders somewhere?
I would, you know, at like the orange like mass military timeline thing, I think it would be really cool to do like a early war scenario like in the morning and then do like a later war one in the afternoon. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be fun actually. Be able to like show people how things changed up a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. Because you were there at the last World War I days, right? I think you were.
There were 2 battles. One in the actual trenches, and there was one like further behind.
Yeah, and it was a little more open fields. Like there were trenches that like us, the Germans, were in, but
actually, we had an open field, and there was actually that like marching across and then running after like a second or 2. March. Yeah, there was that.
I think that'd be pretty cool to do. And I know for World War I days, like a bunch of guys, like British guys, definitely come down for that. So. That'd be pretty cool to do. Everybody wear like soft caps and stuff like that. Like I love the soft cap look. I love my trench cap.
And I mean, and the only reason why we can't use them more often is just because, you know, of the grenades and mortar rounds and whatnot. It's like, we'll just have a battle without that. I mean, you know, all other reenactments would have that kind of stuff, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know like down at Newville they do like an early war thing and guys wear soft caps and stuff, and they still use that kind of stuff. They still use like grenades and stuff like that, but it's all like lighter material. It's not like.
Yeah. So it's not going to give you a concussion if it drops on your head.
Yeah, exactly. Although I remember last November, when we were pushing in the morning, that like morning offensive on Saturday, we pushed across the field right after the Highlanders got mown down, and me and my battle buddy are going across no man's land, and we decided to take a hit because just the Germans were just pouring it into us, and I fell on the ground and a grenade landed right on my helmet and blew up.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's just play wounded, and then the grenade hit us, and I was like, never mind, we just don't exist anymore.
Yep. Got a little bit pasted is all.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Right, hold on. Flippin', what's it called? When the turntables, flippin', whatever, twist. The guy who killed me multiple times in the game, he just left the comments in the chat.
Nice. Wait,
Here the
really?
whole time, Hannibal. I see you there, Hannibal. It's okay, you're still welcome. But how dare you call yourself a viewer? Yet you dare to kill me.
You're not letting us win. You're not donating.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I won't call anybody out for it. But I would greatly appreciate if you guys donate to the Men of Harlech charity march for the Commonwealth Word Raised Foundation. That'd be very Chad of you. Hey, we took the trench back.
Oh, the trench.
I'm gonna call in more artillery. Oh my God! All the Germans on the left. I mean the right. The right.
Yeah. Actually, it does remind me, just a fun little idea that I've had for a while now, and I hope no one steals it. Got genuinely got awful. But something that I've wanted to do. Oh God, there's so much artillery. Oh, we're all gonna die. Oh no. At least I was shot before I got hit by the artillery. I want to, like sometime, probably like November of next year is when I'll actually be able to put all this together. I want to make a poster that is, you know, like the, when the British had all those, like, soldier silhouettes around the country for...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want to take, like, an image like that, like a silhouette of a World War I soldier, like, at the more in arms position on one side of the poster. But then on the other side, I want to have it be, like, a Napoleonic soldier or a Red War soldier, like, something like 18th century. And him as well be at the same, like, more in arms position. And then I want to have it read as, like, we will remember them all, or something like that.
Oh, that'd be cool,
You know,
yeah.
oftentimes, you know, remembrance is codified as like, 1914 and onwards. That's like when we care about our veterans. It's like, no. It's there was sacrifice being made well before all that.
Right,
And I think
yeah.
all the proceeds of the poster would go to like the Royal British Legion and, you know, Commonwealth Workers, like all these other similar organizations.
Yeah,
It's
that'd
like
be
an
really
idea
cool.
that I've been, like dwelling on for a little while. And incidentally, I still as well, the next event we go to, in fact, like we're both there and you have like your full kit together. Remind me if I don't remember. I still want to use you as a model for another poster that I want to do with the soldier, basically an 18th century version of the 1,000-yard stare poster.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember you were talking about
I
that.
want to use you as my model for that. I think you would like have the perfect face for that. We got
Well,
Colton in the chat. Hi, Colton.
hey, Colton's in the chat. I can't see your chat. Oh, there it is, live chat. Hey, Colton. Yeah, I would definitely be down to do that. Just let me know when. I know there was another photographer on my Facebook page. He actually did that picture of me where I like have my pipe and I have my mustache like with my trench cap with the Leicestershire badge on it. It was like my profile picture for like the longest time, but he took a really good picture of me at the Timeline event in Orange. And he like messaged me when I like posted my officer kit, and he was like, "Oh, we got to do a shoot, man."
Nice.
So we're gonna plan something in like October or something like that. That'll be cool. Maybe get a couple guys in Tommy kit for that. We can do like some like Somme pictures or whatever. That'd be pretty cool.
We want you as the officer sitting in your chair and all the things around. You're like one of those like
No. No, I'm sure we'd do something funny like that, but we'll do some like cool like action shots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, putting all this like officer stuff together, like my impression is like a second lieutenant. Like he's not any sort of like high-ranking officer.
Junior officer.
Yeah, junior officer, and I've been doing just like a lot of reading on junior officers, and you know those guys really saw some nasty action and did some, you know, some, you know, had to be in some really nasty stuff, and command men while doing it. So I remember I was just reading in my Battle of the Somme book, and they're talking about the South Africans at Deville Wood, and at one point there was a major like commanding like basically like the whole British forces in Deville Wood, and they were like basically getting surrounded by the Germans, and at some point the second lieutenant wants to get into the fight, and he goes up to the major, and the major is wounded, so he leaves, and the highest ranking officer at that point in the whole of Deville Wood is a second lieutenant. And he does a really good job of moving troops around where they need men, all under intense German artillery bombardment and gunfire. I mean, what these guys did in the Great War, just from the beginning to the end, is insane. Let alone just the enlisted men. I mean,
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, in fairness as well, like, you know, I know of incidences in the Rev War where we see basically the exact same thing. I forgot the battle, but in With Zeal and With Bayonets Only, Matthew Spring writes about, like, an incident where a lieutenant, or no, an ensign that was, like, super young, it was, like, his first engagement, ended up in command of an entire company of men.
Oh my.
Just because all of the other officers were dead.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
it's
hey,
funny
you
how
know,
that doesn't
you know,
change
that
through
is not
history.
your position, you're the lowest possible commissioned rank. Here's 50 guys, have fun.
Yeah.
Command this charge, take the objective. And he did.
Yeah.
Junior officer, like as far as reenactment goes, officer impressions, I think junior officer is the way to go, because you are still an officer, but you get all of the action of like an NCO.
Exactly. You know, NCOs are really like the backbone of the army too. I mean, you read some of the accounts of these guys, and a lot of NCOs are getting like VCs and stuff like that too. I mean, but yeah, I love my officer impression. Just like, not even just because like it's a cool uniform and stuff, but there's a lot of really cool history behind like the junior officer position.
I'd recommend Captain Charles Delver.
Oh yeah, I'll have to check that out.
I've not heard that one before. I need to read more like first accounts of the First World War.
Yeah.
Like I've obviously read like a lot of like tidbits here and there, but I've never actually sat down and read through like an entire, you know, war journal or an entire diary.
Yeah.
Fall back! Fall back!
Oh boy.
We got 5 minutes to hold this line.
Yeah.
We got another point.
Too bad we can't get our other trench back. Ugh.
Where do you get a trench club, and what do you use in reenactments because you can't whack someone with it? So actually, I don't particularly enjoy this element of First World War reenacting because it seems a little silly to me, but a lot of people will use like foam bats in place of trench clubs. You know, and use that for the melee, and then as well, where you can buy a real one. Actually, I think Soldier of Fortune currently has an original trench club, British trench club, on their site, which is, you know, it's just as brutal as you'd imagine it being. How they confirm it's actually an original, I have no idea, because, like, I don't think trench clubs are things that would be dated, would they? I mean,
I
it's
don't
just
think so,
wood,
unless like
you know,
you were
wire.
really fond of it and you like carved like a date and your name in it, you know?
Yeah. But even there, I mean, like, you know, like, how do you prove that it is in fact an original and not just, you know,
Oh,
a baseball bat and barbed wire, and then you carve a number into it? Like, oh yeah, it's worth 500 pounds.
Right. Yeah.
Like, well. Oh. Oh, the English translation of his diary is called From Marne to Verdun. Okay. I'll keep that one in mind. So yeah, it's like I've read a bunch of 18th century first-hand accounts, and like whenever people ask, like, oh, what should I, you know, read to like first start learning about this time period, I always say like Rifleman Harris, Joseph Plum Martin, you know, George Gleich, you know, all these different, you know, big primary names. But it's like I don't really know all that. Like, moreover, I can't relate personally to any with the First World War. I just know, more generic books and such. Oh, that was a German.
Oh wow, he was right behind me. Jeez.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's how it usually happens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know there are a lot of good ones out there. I know the Germans, like, especially have some really intense, like, war diaries.
Oh, I'm sure.
One really good book. Now, this is an American perspective, but it's called Company K, and it's made up of like a bunch of, I would say, borderline fictional, like, diaries, but it's all based off the author's World War I experience. He was in the Marines, I think. Well, hold on. I have the book right here. I can shed some light on it. It was really good, and it's a quick read too. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was such a good read. Company K by William March. And it's really
So, like,
intense.
he was
but...
in the war, and he like took the experiences of himself and a number of others, and like made a semi-fictionalized like general account in that way.
Yeah, basically, and it like starts out from like when they are like in basic training, like on the way over to France, and then like when they get into their first action, and then there's like this one really vivid, nasty account of like different things. Like, I would really recommend reading it. Hell, I'll even send you my copy. Like, it's really good. Oh, I Will Hold, Andy is saying, is a good one. I don't know what that one is. I haven't read that one. So. I'm trying to think other Allied ones. I don't know any specific British ones. But the Battle of the Somme book I'm reading right now, I mean, I've been reading it forever because it's just such a big book. But there's some really, really good first-hand accounts in there. I was just reading one about, I think it was about the action around Bézanty-la-Petite, and basically it talks about like a cavalry action of British yeomanry cavalry and Indian cavalry, which I thought was really cool because you never really hear too much about like the Indians in the First World War.
No, it's like there were a million of them in the war, but we never actually talk about them.
Yeah, exactly, and they were on the Western Front
the
too.
Occasional reference, like in 1917, there's one Sikh soldier. It's like, oh, okay, that's really cool they included him, but that's like the most that we ever see.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to see a lot more history on the Indian soldiers in the First World War.
Oh yeah. No, like after I saw They Shall Not Grow Old in theaters, like one of the first things that really struck my mind was like, oh my god, that was so amazing. Now I really want to see one from the French perspective. I want to see one from the colonial, like the East African perspective. I want to see one from the German perspective. Like, oh, we need so much more stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely agree. We just need a lot more perspectives on like the First World War, and I think, especially with everything going on in our country, just socially, with all like, I mean, just everything. I think we need a lot more of those, like, I'll say minority for the lack of a better term, but like minority groups in, the British Empire forces, the American Army, the French Army.
Yeah. Because, like, we have this idea that history is, like, not an inclusive thing. And unfortunately, how it's, like, practiced, for reenactment in terms of the kinds of people who are interested in it, like, it oftentimes is not, unfortunately. But, like, the actual history, not people's interpretations and people who are interested, but the original material is super inclusive. Like, people say, like, oh, I really want to become a Rev War reenactor, but, like, I'm Asian. Can I do that? It's like, yes, there were actually tons of Asians in like North America in the 18th century. Like, is it necessarily the most authentic to portray like X or Y regiment? Well, not necessarily, but I mean, also, who cares about that? But like, there are so many amazing stories on all sorts of different subjects, like that you can explore in depth. It's just there's so much stuff out there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a ton out there for everybody to read, and there's just a ton. But I don't even know like where to start, but like just like reading about like the battles and stuff, hearing the firsthand accounts really makes me want to get into those like war diaries and stuff and just get it
Oh,
through
oh
there.
wow. Sorry. Earlier you said it'd be really cool if we could reach $800 by the end of the live stream, and I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Well, John Rogers, about a half an hour ago. Sorry, I didn't notice earlier, but John Rogers, half an hour ago, gave $20. So thank you very much,
Hey,
to
thank
Mr.
you.
Rogers. And then as well, 27 minutes ago, they always come like in pairs. James McHugh has given $10. Thank
Awesome,
you very
awesome.
much, sir. That brings us up to a total of $798 thus far,
Yeah.
which is like just a smidge under halfway, I think.
Yeah, well, let's do the math real quick. What's
18 is
1918 divided by 2?
41%. We're 41%
Yeah.
of the way there.
All right. Hey, we're
Which
almost
is
there. There's still let's see how many weeks there are. There's still about 2.5 weeks before the march, and so we'll try and meet our goal of $1,918 for the Commonwealth War Graves Foundation by then. So
yes.
keep that link in your like in your phones or wherever you check frequently. You know, just keep up to date. We're gonna have some more like game streams and stuff like that coming up too.
And I think the idea of talking about with yourself and Chris and I, and if any of the others are interested as well, like maybe John be interested, making a video about the American Legion or whatever it was called in the Canadian Army. That'd be really interesting, I think.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping to upload on my account just like a couple videos of like profiles of American soldiers in the British Army before 1917.
That'd be cool, yeah.
I'm gonna do a profile on Second Lieutenant Herzlet from the Middlesex Regiment. Um, so hopefully that'll go up soon. I also made like an intro video. I gotta edit that. I'm gonna probably work on that a little bit after this. So, but
Nice, good stuff. Good stuff.
yeah. I am gonna sign off for the evening, but I just want to like throw all these things in there.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, thank you everyone who's donated. Thank you, Brandon, for having me on your stream, and thank you everybody who's watched my stream as well. I appreciate it. Yeah, please donate to the cause if you can, even more so. I mean, I'm throwing some money in there. I know some of the other guys are throwing money in, and I'm so excited for the actual march too, just to like experience the march of a British soldier, somewhat kind of get a glimpse into that perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Well, all right then. Very good, sir. Thank you. Thank you for being here as well. I mean, no, it's not like I'm hosting you. It is very much a
Right.
collective, but I'm glad that all of us were able to make it on.
Yep.
I'm gonna hang around on the stream for a couple minutes after this, so don't go anywhere, everyone. But very good, sir. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Thank you, everyone.